It's been a long, long time coming, but I know, Steve, you gotta go.
To come up with a luxury car brand that's really desirable takes an epoch. The people who invented the motor car in the first place, Mercedes-Benz, have toiled for over a century. Jaguar's been at it for 75 years, and BMW have managed to steal our hearts in a lightning 60. But what happens if you try it in just 8 years? You get a Lexus. Now, when the first Lexus appeared on these shores in 1989, there were people in Coventry, Stuttgart and Munich that found themselves reaching for the Valium. 8 years on, and they're still having to take the tablets, because not only has Lexus just sold their 10,000th car in the UK, they've also revamped the GS300 and LS400 and are set to launch a BMW 3 Series competitor. Lexus, it would seem, are here to stay. But let me ask one question. Is the Lexus brand now good enough to lock horns with the big boys? Can they rub bumpers with BMW, Mercedes and Jaguar? But before we go any further, I'd better declare an interest. I'm now on my second LS400, and I'm here to tell you I'm mightily impressed. So smitten, in fact, that I hold this car in almost the same warm regard as I do a Mercedes-Benz.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Woo.
Yes, you heard me right, because in many respects, the £50,000 LS400 is as good as an S-Class, 7 Series, and even a Jaguar XJ6. In fact, in some ways, it's even better. Because not only is this car more refined than a Rolls-Royce, it's probably one of the best specified cars in the world. If I was to tell you everything that the LS400 has as standard equipment, we'd still be here in February. I've got an electric steering wheel, satellite navigation,
proceed about 3 miles,
electrically operated seat belts, electric heated memory seats, traction control, vehicle stability control. It is like a technological fun fair, and it's all absolutely standard. And what's more, the LS400 is actually quicker than a Merc 500 S-Class, a BMW 740 and a V8 Jag. Don't think this is just another rotund Rotarian's car, a fat cat's limo. The LS400 may not be dauntingly handsome, but my goodness, it is quick. 60 comes up in 6.7 seconds, and if you've got a runway like this, you can wind it all the way up to 155 miles an hour. I've got my foot glued to the Axminster, and we are now doing 150 miles an hour. And I'm running out of runway. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Let's go. And the GS300 is no shrinking violet either. It's got a 3-litre straight 6 with intelligent variable valve timing and a seamless 5-speed auto. Top whack is 143, and it can steam to 60 in 8.3 seconds. Inside the 300, you've got the same palatial level of specification as the 400. You've got your electric steering wheel, your leather trim, your heated electric seats, your 6-pack CD, your air conditioning, your traction control, your vehicle stability control, and even side airbags. The 300 may not be as good-looking, whisper-quiet, or smooth-riding as the 400, but it more than compensates with its urgent, sweet-revving engine and crisp chassis response. This is a luxury car that can behave like a hot hatch. But look, I could whitter on for hours. The real acid test is, what do the punters think of Lexus's image compared to the major players?
They need to sell the image of their own vehicle as much as the others. I mean, to look at it and just to sit in it without driving it, it looks to be every bit as good.
I think it's still fairly exclusive. It's definitely competitive for the senior management market, and it's quiet, it doesn't shout about itself too much.
It's got an image problem because of its looks, but as far as quality goes, I don't think there's anything to touch it on the market.
They took on the American market and took it from nothing to take on Jaguar and Mercedes, to take it to almost the best-selling car in America. And I think it's an absolute classic car.
The LS400 has been voted the top car in J.D. Power's American surveys 4 years running. The Yanks don't get as worked up as we do about leaping cats, three-pointed stars and blue propellers. They know there's more to life than bonnet badges.
So let's go back to my original question. Can we take Lexus seriously? Well, in my opinion, yes. Because the LS400 is one of the most refined and sophisticated cars money can buy. It may not be the best luxury car in the world. That honour goes to the new Jaguar XJR. But it comes damned close. And I think you'll agree, that's not bad in 8 years flat.